And then there is this, the Department of Homeland Security confirming that the state of Illinois has released more than 1,700 violent criminal illegal aliens despite detainers. And this poses a risk to public safety. And a letter shared with Fox News Digital ICE senior official Todd Lyons says these crimes range from murder and rape to child pornography and armed robbery. Meanwhile, here in New York, Governor Kathy Hochul says she is fine with New York Mayor-elect Zohran Mamdani telling residents how to thwart ICE. Here she is.
Everybody in this state should know the rights for themselves, their families, or for their neighbors and their fellow, worshipers in their places of worship. And so, no, everybody should know these rights because they're being trampled on right now. I have no problem with the mayor-elect using his platform to let people know the rights they have in this great country.
Maria, the governor herself is going into an election year, and this is obviously going to be a big topic.
Yeah, it's a great point, Cheryl. That's exactly right. She's going into an election year. And, Paul, you got to believe that this election is going to be hot going into the 26th with Elise Stefanik and what she has been saying and poking holes into Kathy Hochul's leadership.
Yeah, and in fact, Hochul is going to face a challenge from the left during her own primary, so she's getting out ahead of that to triangulate against that. She's also potentially going to face Bruce Blakeman, who's had a very strong career in support of law enforcement in Nassau County. So she is facing a lot of headwinds. And remember, there's a lot of road to go between now and that election. All of 2026 is going to give all of us a chance in New York State to have a good look at Mamdani, his policies, the fact that we have released just as many, in fact, many more criminals here in New York under the same sort of policy. And I have a feeling we're going to be looking at a very different landscape by November of 2026. And Hochul may be looking to back away from some of these statements by then.
Well, that's right. I mean, crime is going to be one of the big issues in 26, don't you think, Paul?
Absolutely. And it does not seem to be going in a good direction. Mamdani came out with that infamous video at this point talking about know your rights, wherein he essentially lied. He said that 3 million immigrants in New York, well, first of all, that's almost certainly hyperinflation of the numbers. But secondly, he was conflating illegal and legal immigrants, which, of course, is a common meme on the left to try to virtue signaling about the issue of immigration in general. We're not talking about legal immigrants. We're talking about illegal immigrants who commit crimes, who are deportable. The polling shows, even in blue cities, that the majority of people want them out. We're talking murderers, rapists, drug traffickers. It's not a winning issue. They don't seem to be getting that part of it, and I think it's going to come back to bite them in November.
Yeah, I think I agree with you. All right, Cheryl, thanks for that.